Welcome back, everybody. Todd here. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the TrailMaster 200 mini bike and the top speed. I know there's a lot of controversy out there of how fast these things will go right out of the box and different mods that you can do and that kind of a thing, but I think there's some fundamental miscommunication or misunderstanding going on out there. So I thought I'd do a quick video just to try to give people a quick and easy way to adjust the top speed or get more out of their bike without getting into a bunch of crazy mods. And so come on with me and let me show you a couple of things that might save you some money and a whole lot of headaches. So here's a TrailMaster Storm 200 mini bike that we just purchased recently, and I did a couple of videos on unboxing it and also kind of taking it for a test drive. So you can click on those and watch those if you want more information on how it goes together and what have you. But for the purpose of our video today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the whole top end speed concept of these mini bikes. So right out of the box, without doing anything, just putting oil in it, putting gas in it, warming it up for 5 or 10 minutes, putzing around a little bit on it, and then having my wife jump on it, run down the road. She ran it up to a top speed of 20.3 miles an hour the very first day it was started. So we put it away, did nothing more to it than that. And you want to be careful. Don't beat on these things right out of the box or you're going to blow them up. But there's nothing wrong with, letting the string out a little bit to see what's what. So, okay, so let me take you in on a close-up. So I never claimed to be a great videographer, but hopefully I'm going to be able to give you some information that you can use. Here we go. So right in here, this right here is kind of a manual throttle switch, right? So come up here. All right, that's what happens when I turn. Sorry about this. There we go. That's what happens when I turn the throttle, okay? Well, right out of the box, there's a restrictor in there. You see that spring? And it's got a Phillips head on the end of it. I'm going to go in with a screwdriver here. See that right there? Well, that will allow you to adjust how much travel the throttle has. So right out of the box, it only has that spring is set to give you about that much travel. You can simply stick a screwdriver in there and open it up a little bit. It'll give it that much travel. Well, there's a big difference in top end from there to there, wouldn't you agree? So that's a big miss for a lot of people. And it doesn't matter if you've got the Storm 200, the smaller version of this mini bike, or if you've got maybe the TrailMaster MB200, the full suspension, larger bike. They essentially have the same motor in it with the exception of the clutch situation. But that's a mod. It's not even a mod. That's simply an adjustment on your machine. And I like that because we bought this for the grandkids. And so for the older kids, you can let the string out a little bit, right? Give them full throttle or give them 3/4 throttle. For the little kids, pinch that down and restrict the throttle. That way they can't get themselves into trouble. So, and that's easy. You don't have to pull off the air. There's your air filter housing. You don't have to pull any of that off to get back to it. You can get right in there with a screwdriver and just open that up a little bit. So, okay, that being said, I went ahead and opened that up and gave it near full throttle. There's probably a turn or two more on the screw that I left. But then Laura ran that yesterday and got almost 31 miles an hour out of it. And so there's a big difference between 20.3 miles an hour and call it 31 miles an hour, right? And the thing is, I don't think you want to drive this thing much more than 31 miles an hour. And you sure don't want a kid driving it that fast. So there you go. You don't have to get into any big expensive mods. And that's just something simple that you can do that doesn't cost anything and won't void your warranty, and hopefully isn't going to blow your machine up if you'll break it in right. You know, the other thing is just get the machine broken in, you know. And this is, again, when we're talking about running 31 miles an hour, this is in the Michigan snow. I mean, we're up here, you know, it's probably 30 degrees the day she ran it like that. You get this into warmer temperatures, your oil's warmed up, your machine's warmed up, you know, the intake air, everything's going to be better. It's going to go faster. So, yeah, there you go. So, hey, I appreciate you tagging along today. If you like what I'm up to, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Click that subscribe button so that you can tune in for some of my future videos. I'll be doing a lot more on the mini bikes. We're planning to pick up a couple of those TrailMaster MB200s for the adults and the older grandkids. So check back with me. Appreciate you hanging in there and tagging along.